So I've just finished exiting the right hand side. Now I'm going to go on the left. Let me just let this car pass. So I'm going to try the left hand side. So yes, the right hand side have signs of wild garlic growth. Yes. Let's see if we can find more of this vegetable on the left hand side. Okay, so I'm thinking of there's a path that follow the river is along that side. So if I can get down that side, that would be a plus. So let's find the most suitable part. Okay, here's an entrance coming up on the left. Please note, I think if you're coming from the Edinburgh bypass, there's an entrance just further down on this road. But I took the other exit, so depends on where you're entering the park from. If you're entering the park from the bypass gate, then it would be on the right. But because I've entered from the Buccleuch Manor direction, the entrance that I'm going on is on the left, crossing that bridge behind me. So now we descend. So it was successful on the other side, seeing signs of wild garlic growth. Yes, well, I didn't see plenty because I didn't go further into the woodland to check, but the fact that I've seen wild garlic means that there'll be more along the bed. Well, maybe I should prove it by doing the entire stretch, but I just want to check on the left hand side now to see if there is any indication of wild garlic growing here. Okay. Oh, there we go. See it? Wild garlic. Already. Go. So this one is the wild garlic. Broader leaves, lighter green. This is something else. Flowering plant during February. That's not. I don't think that's edible. But no. I can follow the path going around there along the riverbed. Or I could cut through the woodland and go on the other side. Okay. I think I might cut through the woodland and exit further along the river, because the river winds from that end, go around, I think. So I'm going to cut through this bit to the other end of the river, and I'll check the forest floor to see if there are any wild garlic too. But I'm expecting some along the riverbed on the other side. So let's trek through this bit first. I don't know if you'll find plenty here, but you never know. This is look how large it is. I'm telling you, this park is so beautiful. Just look how large it is. It's very magnificent. So yes, cutting through the middle of the floor, the forest floor, aiming towards the river on the other side of this track behind me. And I'm expecting to find wild garlic because it will be close to the river. To see any here would be a bit of a challenge. Yes, what am I talking about? Look, that's wild garlic. Crazy. Oh, I must be off my meds, off my head. Don't worry, I don't take meds. I'm just saying. I was doubting that I would find any here, but already, look, along the hillside, look, right up there. Let's check. I must have passed it. There's some up that side too. Let me just check. See? Wild garlic or Ramson. Or in Oy'Nissh, Forage. So, even without reaching the river, the forest floor itself, with all the moisture and the foliage from autumn, the leaves, all that nutrient leaching into the soil, and continual rain in Scotland keep this floor very damp, and the result is bountiful forageable potential across this floor. Look how large it is. Oh goodness. So I just need to keep going and follow this path. Possible. And on the hillside I find some. Is there any? In the middle. I should check the middle to see if I find any. But let's check again on the hillside. Here we go. Ramson. What I'm going to do, I'm going to check. I'm going to see if I can go in the middle there and see if there's any. Just to cover as much as I can from this woodland on the left hand side. So I'm going a little in the middle because it's accessible. It's easily accessible. And I'm hoping that there will be. I'm looking, but not successful so far. Never give up. Oh, look at this. Water garlic or wild garlic. Spot on. Wow. I don't know, it seems as if right in this little depression, like ditch, I find it. So I don't know if it's because the water run off into this ditch. So it's along the edges, but I can't find any in this region yet. I'm sure it's there because here we go. It must be still quite early for some of the others to come up, but here we go. That's just to the left of the ditch. So yes, it's not about the ditch only, it's just about moisture, soil. Wow. There's just so much. This park is amazing. Just look, the manor in the shadows, in the background rather. Okay, I'm going to continue around the path that I was on, and so there are signs of wild garlic within the middle part. Maybe it's not as much, but I would say it could be that it's still early in the season, so they are just the shoots are just piercing through. So some of them could be quite small and unidentifiable at this stage, except I look very close. Okay, let me. So welcome to Park Life, Dalkeith Country Park. I haven't really covered the hillside. Further up the hillside, just the base of it. If only this was edible. Right. You know, wherever you live in the world, it must be awesome living near a park or parks, near parks, where even if it's private, even more convenient if it's public, and you've got all that open space, natural environment, with wildlife reserves for plants and animals, different species, etc. It must be awesome, because the alternative is living in a concrete jungle with museums, with painting on the wall, and that's about it, or some historic figure from the country's past. But you cannot top natural stuff like this. It's just there. Look all rugged, but it's part of the ambience of the environment, you know. Just look. And then few months from this, you cannot see through it because it's all covered over with leaves. Let me just check. Okay. Right. Oops. So what I do sometimes is, so if I'm going through the woodline like this, I start to listen out for the pass by water flow of the river. I listen out for the sound. At the moment I can't hear the river esk, No. If anything, it's very quiet this side. Where are the birds? Where are the Scottish birds? They don't come out during winter. Okay, I'm trying to get my bearings now. I don't want to come this far and get lost in the park. Can you imagine the embarrassment? What a drama. I mean, you'd never hear the end of it. They'll be like, he's just right there in the park and he's already lost. Okay, right. So I'm going to cover a bit of the hillside now because I see what looks like signs of wild garlic growth. Which is interesting because I keep walking by without actually climbing up a bit to check. And lo and behold, wild garlic or Oy'Nissh. Look. Aye. Look at that. As far as you can see. And I'm sure there are some over there too. That bit. So, and there are some along that section, even there. You don't even have to go that section. But I'm going towards the river because I want to check that side because I'm expecting it to be lush with Oy'Nissh. But I need to change direction. I don't want to end up in Glasgow because if I'm walking to Glasgow, that wasn't the plan. I keep going round, far round. Well, just follow. If there's a path, just follow it. You can't lose if you follow one of the paths. Just turn back if anything. Trace a step back to the origin. So, I'm not worried about being lost. Or am I worried? Alright. Now we're okay, I'm joining this part that seems to be going towards the river. So there's a part there and it's going all that way. So, and I'm hearing the river. I don't know if you can pick it up. I don't think the camera sound volume is that strong to pick it up from here, but after river, as they say in Jamaica, after river. So now, which side to take? This or that? I'm conflicted. I think I might go this way. Hello. Because I think if I go this way, it's taking me through the middle of the park. So I'll go this way and hope for the best. Okay. So I'm coming up to this green shipping container. Maybe that could be used as a landmark for those who are planning to come and forage. If there's any wild garlic this side. That's the first thing we need to identify. The green stuff. But no, that's not wild. Okay, towards the river. You cannot lose if you're looking for wild garlic in a woodland. Head towards the river, the stream, the brook, something that have running water. You cannot lose. So Listen. It's a mixture of the running water plus the traffic above. I think there's a road above. I can hear vehicle passing by, but I can distinctly hear the river flowing by. You hear that? You hear that now? Yeah, we're getting close. So I should start look for signs of wild garlic in this part of the park. It's beautiful. Nice picnic area during summer. Yep, as predicted, I can start to see the ramsons or wild garlic along that side. I can tell from here, it's the large leaves, or broad leaves rather. It is just so, oh goodness, woodland. And running water. You can hear it, yeah? And there you go. Loads. Oh my word. I mean, if this isn't evidence-based foraging, then my mother is not my mother. Woodland, river passing by, and loads of wild garlic as predicted. Look at that. As far as you can see, they just dotted all over the place. Look, I don't even have to go there. Let me zoom in. Let me see if I can zoom in to one of them. This one. See? Wild garlic. The broad leaves. In contrast to this one, that's flowering darker green and slender leaves and more needle shaped. So, success. Wild garlic everywhere. Does anyone know why is it that I know the moisture and so forth, but there are some in the middle of the woodland, but it tend to cluster more near the river, as I said. Somehow. Look at that. That entire area is covered with wild garlic. And along the edges of the depression. So much of it. Look. And I think there's some even further over on that side too. Let me just confirm. Yep. I'm correct. Okay. And somewhere here. And even yeah. There we go. Loads of wild garlic plants. So I have to say it's a success that in the Dalkeith Country Park, as predicted, following the woodland along the river, or at least closest to the river, or running water, Dean, Brook, whatever, chances are you'll find wild garlic. It's now 2025 and February of 2025 it's the second week, and I have identified wild garlic dotted all over on the right hand side across the bridge entering the main gate of the park, but also more so on the left hand side. It's just that on the right I didn't go further inland, so chances are there would have been places there that's littered with wild garlic plants. Yeah, so it's a plus. They're pretty young still, so I'm thinking about March before we get really good sized ones. But sometimes people forage for the younger leaves for particular recipes, because the younger leaves have a peculiar taste and it's probably needed for a particular recipe. So, you know, but most people tend to forage maybe within March, April, so forth. So, thank you for watching and for journeying along with me. And it was good to know that it was a successful exploration to determine if I can find wild garlic, and there's evidence of it in this park. So for people in Dalkeith, well, you are blessed to have all this natural organic stuff lying around for when it's time to forage. So continue to enjoy your bounty and stay healthy to all the Dalkeithians. What's the term they use? Dalkeithians? I don't know. Enjoy your park. It's awesome.